know how did it start because I don't know who gave the order in particular and when did it happen, but what appears now, uh, a propaganda started in pro-government media, and they started accusing me of providing some information to foreign agents. That's how they called this, and based on the allegation that I provided a list of the oppositioners working for the government to the American spies, and this was an orchestrated campaign. Well, I have information from pro-government media organizations that it's been orchestrated from the presidential administration. The whole propaganda is that I met two Americans. The only fact they have is that I met two Americans whom I know as employees of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and I spoke to them about issues in Azerbaijan. Well, I really met two employees of the Foreign Relations Committee of the U.S. Senate, and I spoke to them about the problems in Azerbaijan. I spoke to them about political prisoners, about election fraud, about intimidation of the government critiques, about NGO legislation problems, and I asked several questions to them why American taxpayers' money are being spent on supporting pro-government organizations in Azerbaijan. I asked them why the United States legislators are so silent about things happening here. So we had a nice conversation about problems in Azerbaijan, about democracy and human rights, and lack of support from the United States to democracy and human rights in Azerbaijan. So that was all conversation is about. Then so the propaganda was that the propaganda says, the government propaganda machine says that these two people are actually not Senate employees. They are spies, foreign agents. They are United States agents, Secret Service agents, and I provided them with information. And then they then they produced a list of oppositioners who work for government. That's their claim. It's not the fact. And they attributed this list to me, as if I provided this list to these Americans. And I didn't give any list to Americans, and definitely I didn't have a list of oppositioners working for the government. If I would have such a list, I would share it with Azerbaijani citizens, because it's their right to know who is who in the politics. And if I would have this list, I would share it with Azerbaijani citizens. As a journalist, this is my job, to inform citizens so they can do informed choice. But I don't have these facts, and I don't have any proofs about anyone working for the government in opposition. So I never did that. I never published that information. And normally with foreigners, I speak about things I write about. So there is no such things like I don't have any secrets which from my audience, from my readers, and I don't have specific information. I don't know how. I don't know how I can be interesting person for spies, because I'm right. everything is open. I have no secrets, and I'm writing about everything I know. So I don't I don't think someone needs to send spies to learn what I know, because I'm sharing what I know. So this was very stupid. What I did, I joked about it. I started joking about it because it was so stupid. I mean, I couldn't be serious about it. Well, then it turned out that it's serious. The parliament started discussing it. The TV channel started um, joined the propaganda, and the TV channels were condemning me, blaming me in spying for the United States in Azerbaijan, and then they there was an interview with Ministry of National Security, former spokesperson, who was saying that, who was alleging that I'm doing something against statehood in Azerbaijan, state interest in Azerbaijan. Well, they turned it to some serious game. So then what I did, I published one file that has been sent to me by former employee of the Ministry of National Security. I never called it as a document. I just put it on my Facebook page and said, well, Ministry of National Security seems to be very not serious organization. I mean, very strange organization, because I had two options. Either this document is truth, is authentic, and Ministry of National Security has produced this very strange document. I will tell what is the content of the document is. Or Ministry of National Security has employed these people who are producing fake documents and sending it to journalists. So in either case, Ministry of National Security is doing strange things, and as a taxpayer, I'm concerned about effectivity of this organization. So what was the document about? Well, again, I'm not calling it a document. It's just how it looks. So this is a report by the employee of the Ministry of National Security to his boss, and he reports that he has agreed with one ordinary member of ordinary opposition party. It's one of the small parties in the country. In return for so that oppositioner will get a salary from the Minister of National Security, 600 manats, which is equal to 600 euros, and in return, that opposition member will inform the Ministry of National Security about what is going on in opposition and create conflict situation inside the opposition. No mean of pressure to that guy, the document says, the report says. They have his video in intimate situation, and they have been blackmailing him with that, and that's why he agreed to this cooperation. So this is what that alleged document is about. Well, if that is an authentic document, that's very strange. I mean that's shocking. I mean, the government is spying on its citizens, on the country's citizens, filming their intimate life, and then blackmailing them with that, and then make them spies in the opposition. That's a very shocking thing to know. That's not a nice thing to do for the serious organization in the government. And it's illegal. It's violation of people's rights. It's unethical. It's a bizarre thing to do. Then then what happens next? The office of the chief prosecutors opens a criminal case and on the fact of the leak of the state secret. So, which means that Office of Prosecutor have confirmed that this an authentic document. It has really been produced in Ministry of National Security, and it was a state secret. And if that has been leaked, it means it has been leaked. So that's why they opened this criminal case, and now they are looking for the person who leaked that document. Well, it's very interesting. It means, well, I had doubts that this is authentic document. When I published that file, I said that I have doubts. I don't know if that is authentic or not, but prosecutor's office have confirmed that. So now it's third day in a row. They are summoning me for interrogation. They are harassing me with the questions, who gave me that document, which I refer to the law on the mass media. The journalists have right to hide their sources of information, and I don't provide that information. So I have legal, for now I have legal ways not to provide that information, legal excuses not to provide that information. Well, then we found out that actually that file has been distributed before it has reached me. So before it has been delivered to me, it was already distributed in social networks. I haven't seen that back then, 3 years ago. Well, it means that they need to look for leak in somewhere else, like through some other channels. So I wasn't the first person who got this document. Actually, that is the most interesting. The most interesting part with that document is that the former employee of the Ministry of National Security, before sending this document to me, he said there is a provocation in Ministry of National Security planning. Ministry of National Security is planning some provocation against me, and they are going to do something to me. And when I asked what, he said he will send me a document, and he sent me this document. I looked at the document and I didn't see my name there. I didn't understand what is the relation to me, and I asked the person, what is the relation with me? I don't see my name there. And he said he sent me a wrong document. Well, my guess is that was a warning that something like this is being planned against me. And as you know, in March 2012, this is 3 months after I received this document. March 2012, I received a blackmail message, and I've been blackmailed with intimate video filmed in my bedroom. So so this is a additional proof that the government has a practice of if that document is authentic. This is additional proof that the government has a practice of filming people in their bedrooms and blackmailing them with that. And probably there should be a relation between my case and this case. And well, unfortunately, I have very little hopes that this link will be seriously investigated. When we were about to finish the meal and we asked for the bill, you know, I work for the Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, and they work for the United States Senate. We have some conflict of interest issues, ethics issues in terms of paying each other's meals. So we decided that we will to avoid this conflict, we decided that we will pay for our meals separately. I will pay for my meal, and they will pay for their own meal. So we were discussing this. That was the discussion after we had serious discussion on issues of Azerbaijan, and we had a nice meal. Then we were about to finish to leave, and we were discussing the bill. I saw Ceyhun Osmanli coming. Ceyhun Osmanli is a pro-government MP. He is one of the main tools of the propaganda machine. He has created this pro-government youth organization, which is called İreli Forward, and he's one of the controlling youth and propaganda people of the government. So this person entered the restaurant, and there was a table there, like 20 meters apart, and he sat there. So now he claims that he has recorded my voice during that restaurant meeting because I have been speaking loudly. Well, I am speaking loudly normally. I don't know how audible it is from 20 meters apart, but I do speak loudly because I have nothing to hide. He claims he has recorded me from his table 20 meters apart, and I guess he's lying, because if he has something more than the bill discussion, then it's not him who recorded the conversation, because he came at the very end. Or he was hiding somewhere, maybe under the table, and before he came officially, he was hiding somewhere and recording. Well, my guess is that the restaurant, and I have heard that it has some links to the people in presidential administration. The restaurant is providing espionage services for the government. That's my guess. It needs to be checked, but anyways, I would warn those who are visiting that restaurant that beware that if you go to Art Garden in Old City, your private conversation can be recorded. So they have to be beware of that. So this is what happened. And Ceyhun Osmanli claims he has recorded me. He posted in Facebook that he provided this audio recording to the prosecutor's office, and today prosecutor's office has confirmed that they received this audio recording, and he finished his Facebook status with the sentence, "Treason is not forgivable," so cannot be forgiven. Which somehow alleges that something in my conversation can be considered a treason. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's really ridiculous. And these people are still speaking with the terms of the Stalin's period. And I mean, this is very much 1937 vocabulary. And, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I'm not the first one to be harassed by law enforcement and government with such baseless allegations. We have more than 100 political prisoners in Azerbaijan. So, if you ask me about the prognosis, what prognosis I have, my guess is there is an effort to put me in jail, and so far they have been very successful with putting in jail those whom they wanted to put in jail, with no legal basis for their arrest. They had no so many journalists, so many activists are in jail. They haven't committed any crime, but they are still in jail. One of the similar cases is the case of Avaz Zeynalli. He's editor-in-chief of Kural newspaper, member of parliament. By the way, Gular Ahmed was also a member of parliament. Claimed that she has an audio recording of Avaz Zeynalli demanding bribe. She submitted some CD to the investigation, and Avaz Zeynalli has been arrested. Then when this CD has been listened by the lawyers and human rights activists, there was no proof. There was nothing proving that there was bribe demand or something. But Avaz Zeynalli got 9 years in imprisonment. So it's members of parliament are being used for jailing journalists with such baseless accusations. Well, in my case, it's not a bribe demand or something. Thank you for that. I have to say thank you for trying to imprison me with something more intelligent than banal bribe demand or something. But I mean, it would be very ridiculous to accuse me in corruption. They could have planted drugs in my pocket. They could have claimed that I killed someone. Well, so I guess it somehow shows the respect that they are accusing me of treason. It's something like more intelligent than some ordinary crime. Well, I should be grateful. I'm trying to find something positive in this situation. So if they, well, I don't know if they will, the prosecutor's office will decide to start a case on treason or not, open a criminal case on treason or not. But if they will start it, it means that I will end up in jail, and no matter if I have discussed the bill or how good was the food in that restaurant or how good is the weather outside or is the toilet clean in art garden and so on in that restaurant. So no matter what I discussed in that audio recording, I'm going to end up in jail if they want to put me in jail. In 2009, there was a referendum, and they changed the laws afterwards. They changed the constitution, and then they changed the law, adding there a special clause that someone's voice or image cannot be recorded, filmed, and filmed without his or her consent. So Ceyhun Osmanlı was in the parliament. Was or not? Yeah, he was in the parliament when this law has been changed. He wasn't in the parliament when the referendum was done, but he was one of the greatest supporters of that referendum changes. So Osmanlı should have known better than me what this law requires. Well, of course, I will sue him for recording me illegally, although I'm not a big fan of using that law. But if he wants that, I can do. He has immunity of the MP. That's a problem. I guess that's why the recording that has been done by someone else, he claimed that he recorded. I don't believe that he has recorded this voice. So I don't believe that he did that, but he has taken authorship of this recording because he has immunity of the MP and he doesn't want anyone else to be punished for that. Okay, but I will make it, well, I will publicly criticize. That's what I can do. I cannot do much in Azerbaijani legislative system, but I can actually, I can condemn, I can criticize, I can reveal violations of law and corruption, and I will continue doing what I'm doing. The government is trying to stop me from doing what I'm doing, which is corruption investigation. I published a series of corruption reports revealing corruption facts by the president and his family members, and I did a series of reports in 2011 and 2012, and previous year, more than a year, I've been working on another set of investigations. It took me a lot of time to get to the point, because the Azerbaijani government has restricted our access to information by changing several laws. It was not easy, but I'm about to finish. I've already got all the documents, and I have at least 3 stories to run. These stories are like, I'm drafting the text now, and I've already shared the documents with my editors, so to make sure that the reports will be published even if I will be jailed. So it will not stop these reports from being published. And if this is what they are going to achieve, they will not manage it. So there are at least 3 reports coming, and these reports will come no matter what happens. Then I think that was the reason. That's why they started it. That they tried to stop me. This is what they tried to do. But they will fail, as they failed in 2012 when they blackmailed me. I mean, I can be loud even when I'm in jail. So as Ceyhun Osmanlı says, I'm speaking very loudly, and I can be heard even when I'm in jail. And do they want me to put in jail? We will find out immediately if we will find out if they open the criminal case. If they will open the criminal case, it means that I will end up in jail. So does that surprise me? No. Am I ready to be in jail? I'm ready long ago. I actually think that being in jail is not as bad as being blackmailed with your intimate video. So I think the worst thing they could do to me, they have already done. So they cannot scare me more. So I have no problems with being in jail. I mean, I don't want to be in jail, but if they put me in jail, it will not make me. I will survive. I will tolerate. I mean, I will keep doing what I'm doing. Well, I hope that it will not discourage young journalists from investigative work. Actually, I can say that I hope that opposite will happen, and I'm very hopeful that it will happen, because I can tell you one story. In 2012, right after the blackmail, one of my former students Nushaba Fatullayeva came to me and said, we need to keep doing what I'm doing. And she said she wants to join the efforts, and she wants to she wants to start investigative report. She has done several investigative reports before, and well, then we did together the investigation on gold mining company of the president's daughters, and that was the best thing that could happen after the heinous crime I faced. They tried to stop me. Well, they got another journalist doing investigations. Since then, Nushaba did several investigations revealing corruption in highest level, or highest levels of the government, highest echelons of the government. So, well, I've been training journalists whenever and wherever I can. And so I did a lot of training of journalists, and I know several journalists who have skills to do what I've been doing, and I hope they will take the lead, and I hope there will be more reports coming from other journalists. And well, I'm not hopeful. I'm sure there will be more reports coming from other journalists. So, I mean, if they want to think about consequences of what they are doing, they have to think about that as well. So I'm not the only journalist who is who knows how to investigate, and who is doing investigation, and they cannot silence all of us. Well, I hope that it will not silence activists, and young activists will not be discouraged or intimidated by my arrest, because I guess every arrest has this effect, no matter if it's journalists being arrested or youth activists. It somehow refrains people from joining the front lines. But it will also lead to it might also lead to the outrage, which we were witness of in 2009 when 2 bloggers got arrested. We saw a lot of people who have joined the front lines because they were angry about the arrest of these bloggers. So it might have different consequences, and I mean, smart government would think about it, and it will be a lot of noise internationally. I think they should be smarter and think about these consequences as well. I do. I'm receiving dozens of messages on my Facebook page, phone calls, and people are asking what they can do. People are worrying. They are coming to they are waiting outside when I'm being interrogated in prosecutor's office. And I really apologize for all these troubles to people, but I also need to say that I appreciate the support, and it's really great to feel this, and I do feel support. Yes, I do feel a lot of support. I have colleagues. I mean, colleagues who work for pro-government media who resign because they don't want to work in the media organization that publishes propaganda against me. I mean, it gives a hope. I mean, it means that what we are doing is not in vain. It's right. We are doing right things. There are some. It comes mostly from the members of the pro-government organizations or pro-government media. Well, there are some accusations that I'm capable of treason. There are even some. I even received some letters that if you provide information, you're doing the right thing. I mean, even that, if you are spying for spying, you're doing a good thing. So I even received those messages. Well, I'm not spying. I'm not spying. I have no capability to spy. I mean, I don't have access to state secrets. I cannot provide state secrets because I don't have access to them. And I mean, speaking of espionage in 21st century, in internet age, and I mean, it's so old-fashioned. I mean, it's it's ridiculous. Well, there are some skeptics who thinks that I could spy, and actually, I have been associated with America all the time, and I don't know why. I mean, I've always been very critical about the United States' lack of support to human rights and democracy, and I'm one of the the most loud critiques of the for example, USAID grants to pro-government organizations and so on. So it's I've been always very critical. So I have been I've been very critical about lack of the support to the human rights or very little support coming from the United States to human rights. Well, people do associate me with America because I work for American radio. The radio I work for is funded by American Congress. Okay, I have no problem with the image. I'm telling the truth wherever I am, and I'm reporting. I left, my work history is that I left every organization as the very day when I felt that I'm being censored. I have no problems with what people think about me. I'm not gonna blame people for thinking this or that about me, but I know that and even the skeptics believe that what I'm telling is truth. Even the skeptics believe that what I'm telling is truth. So this is important. I think my reputation is mostly what I value in terms of reputation is being considered a credible journalist, and I am being considered a credible journalist, and that's why government is so angry about it, because no matter what the government say, my credibility will not be harmed by them. Well, I try to keep cool, and I am cool. I am cool about it. It's not something I didn't expect. It's not something that surprised me. I was ready to any outcome, and I am ready to any outcome. My family is ready. I am ready, and it's not. They are not going to win in a nerve game against me. My nerves are quite. I'm quite cool, so they're not going to. They are not going to make me nervous about things. I mean, this is. I've already told you. I mean, the worst thing that could happen to anyone has already happened to me. They've been filming me in my bedroom, and they blackmailed me with that, and they distributed the video of my intimate life. And so the worst thing has already happened. I mean, what they can do else? They can arrest me? Come on, it's not something that can scare me. They can kill me, let them do it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, nothing does matter after what they did. Nothing. Seriously.